Hey everybody, so today on Experimental Kitchen we're gonna make sushi. But it's in the morning and it's breakfast, okay? Well then let's make some breakfast sushi, okay? Breakfast sushi sounds awesome. Now the two main ingredients that I use in sushi are this roasted seaweed and sticky rice, okay? But what else do we put in our sushi? Well, let's take a look in the refrigerator and see what we got. We got eggs, we got sausage, and we got cheese.
Alright, now let's start with the most important part of the sushi, the rice. So for the rice, you're going to want 4 full cups of water and about 3 cups of rice. Alright, now put your pan on the stove top and turn the heat up to high. Once you see that your water is starting to boil, go ahead and put a lid on it and turn the heat down to low. After that, go ahead and set a timer for 20 minutes, and after 20 minutes, your rice should be perfect.
While we wait for the rice to cook, I'm going to teach you some neat tricks to keep your kitchen nice and clean. Alright, so here's this cool little trick we got here. You got your bamboo thingy. Okay, I don't know what it's called. But anyways, this thing here, you use it to roll up your sushi. But this thing gets messy real easily. But to keep it clean, I'm going to show you a sweet little trick. So you grab some saran wrap, and you just kind of put it over the top, turn it over, and roll it over one more time. And that way your sushi rolling thingy doesn't get all dirty and everything like that, because that stuff is hard to clean. Now we still got 15 minutes before this rice is done, so what are we going to do for 15 more minutes? Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We need to prepare the rest of the stuff for breakfast stuff. I'm talking cheese, sausage, and eggs, okay? That's what's going inside of our sushi. So, let's get to work.
Alright, well, let's start off with the egg here. What I want to do with the eggs, I want to separate the yolk from the white. And this is actually really hard to do, just tossing from shell to shell. And I'm not very talented, and so I can't really do it. So my best technique is to just drop it straight into the bowl, and then you scoop it out with the other half of the shell, and it actually comes out really easily. Now let's just add some pepper to the egg whites, just add a little bit of flavor. Now what I'm doing right here is I'm cutting the sausage in half because it's just a little bit too thick to fit inside the sushi. Now it's time to cook the egg whites. So just go ahead and pour the egg whites into a hot pan and let them cook. Alright, now you're going to want to start rolling the eggs up with a spatula so that way the whole eggs are like in a roll. Now let's pour the yolks into the measuring cup and let's go ahead and stir them up. Make sure they're nice and scrambled. Now let's go ahead and put those eggs into the microwave. Yes, that's right, I'm going to use the microwave here. And let's go ahead and do 45 seconds. And let's start it. Oh boy, don't you just love the sound of that microwave? It's like a jet engine. We're back at the frying pan. The eggs are finished cooking, and now it's time for the sausage to cook. Now the sausage, you just kind of move it around a little bit, make sure it doesn't get burned. That's pretty much it. The sausage is really easy to make.
Now while the sausage is cooking, let's talk about this rice here. Look how much rice we cooked. Okay, this is 3 cups of rice. But, it looks like so much more. It's this whole pan full of rice. What are we supposed to do with all this rice? Well, I'll tell you what to do with all this rice. We're obviously not going to eat all this stuff today. But if you go and put it all inside of a large Tupperware jar thing, and then you put it in the refrigerator, and you can start making sushi right away the next time you want to make sushi.
Alright, now that the sausage is done cooking, it's time to put the rice on the seaweed. So basically what we got here, we have a glass full of water here because the sticky rice, it doesn't just stick to itself, but it sticks to everything that it can get its grubby little hands on. And so by putting water on my hands, it keeps the rice from sticking to me, which makes it a lot easier to spread around. So as I'm spreading it around, you gotta make sure that you spread it around nice and even, and don't make it super thick, okay? You wanna make it a nice, thin, even layer coating. And basically you put a giant pile in the middle and you just spread it out to the edges. And if there's a spot that's getting a little too thin and you got a spot that's too thick, take some rice from the thick spot and put it on the little tiny spot. And just keep on working around, make sure everything is just perfect. Now what I'm doing right now is I have my egg yolk and my egg whites. And what I'm doing is I'm cutting them up nice and thin so that way I can lay them out onto my sushi. And the reason why I cooked them separately, I could have cooked them both together to get the same flavor and everything, but the reason why I cooked them separately was because of color, so that way I have a little bit of contrast between white and yellow. Alright, so right now what I'm doing is I'm laying down all the ingredients I just cut up onto my sushi. So you see I've got the egg whites and everything. Now I'm laying down the cheese, and next comes the best part here, rolling it up. So what you do is you just fold over one side, and then you just start to slowly roll it over. Now the thing is, you gotta make sure it's super tight. You have to roll it together so tight, push it together real hard, and then it should come out just fine. Alright, now cutting sushi is actually kind of tough if you don't have a sharp knife. Now, the knife that I'm currently using right now is not really that sharp. So you see how I'm kind of squishing the sushi as I go for a cut? Now, this isn't going to wreck the flavor at all, but it will wreck the presentation. And one of the best parts about sushi is the presentation. So, I highly suggest that you use a sharp knife.
Alright, so we got our sushi here and it made it, and it was actually pretty easy to make. It did take a little while though. The entire time was about 45 minutes. That's how long it took me to make all this sushi. But this is like the everyday man sushi, okay? This is one thing that I've been getting all kinds of complaints about sushi, is that it's expensive, it's for special occasions. You know, I hate raw fish, you know, everything that I eat's gotta be cooked. Well, this here is the everyday man sushi. It was so cheap, okay? A 5-pound bag of rice like this thing costs like $8. A 20-pound bag of rice costs like $20, okay? So this is just super cheap. Plus seaweed, it costs like $2 for a pack of 10 of seaweed, okay? And then we got the sausage. I used 3 sausages to make all of this, along with 2 eggs and 3 slices of cheese. Alright, so all together, this whole plate here is like $3, okay? $3! Look at it, it's a full meal. Look at how much there is there. Plus it tastes awesome, okay? So, 45 minutes to make it, not a problem, okay? That is easy stuff. So, I got my sushi, I got my chopsticks, I got a bowl of soy sauce here, and I have an empty stomach. So I think it's about time I start eating this stuff. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to see more awesome stuff. I'm uploading videos regularly, and it's going to be awesome experimental stuff in the kitchen. So if you want to see more of that stuff, subscribe to this channel. And I guess until next time, I'll see you on Experimental Kitchen.